Do caterpillars know they're going to become butterflies? Do butterflies know they used to be caterpillars before? Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Juli and I'm a fantasy artist and oil painter. This is another week in my life, and originally I had different plans for this week because I wanted to do the coloring of my Bleeding Hearts painting, but I changed my plans because the Bleeding Hearts painting is one of my most meaningful paintings I've ever done. It's a very, very emotional topic. It goes very deep into my past and into my struggles that I have with my past and people in my past, and it's just a very, very emotional painting for me. And because I'm not really feeling it this week, like I got my period yesterday and I've been feeling kind of tired and moody and I want to just snuggle up, build a cocoon and not talk to anyone basically. So I figured it would be a better idea to just postpone this huge project, this very emotional painting, to a time where I feel better. So this week I'm just gonna do a little feel-good oil painting to just keep up the practice but not overwhelm myself with a highly emotional topic. So I got this stunning, beautiful frame in a small antique shop near Paris when I visited my friends Vivi and Damiel. I miss them so much, I think about them every day. I know you're watching this, I love you. And I want to paint a little something for this beautiful frame. I really want to do something golden to pick up the color and the textures of this beautiful frame. I want to paint something very delicate and very ethereal. And I already prepared my surface, which I'm going to paint on. It's this little panel, which is basically just two pieces of oil painting paper glued together, and I primed and sanded it so it's very smooth. I left around 1 centimeter of space so I can easily tape it to my easel and not paint with the piece laying flat, because if it lays flat you kind of get a distortion of perspective and it's better to paint like this. You will see what I mean as soon as I start painting. And I also already prepared a little sketch of what I'm going to paint. I decided to paint a toad queen because I wanted to paint some froggy friend. So I decided on doing a very, very fat toad, and I want to paint an elf holding it, an elf holding a very, very fat toad. That would make me very, very happy. So my plan, because this is a golden frame, is to paint a black elf because I just absolutely love and adore how black and brown skin looks in contrast with gold. It's so beautiful, and also I love how nuanced you can paint black skin, how glowy it is, the contrasts. It's just yes, I absolutely want to paint black elf holding a toad. That's what I'm going to do for this beautiful frame. And I will show you my quick sketch that I did on my iPad. I have the sketch on my phone, so I'm gonna show you on my phone. So this is what I prepared. So this is basically just a concept, a mock-up to lay out the colors and to see which direction I want to go with the painting, how it fits with the color and the texture of the frame. And I really like this concept. I'm really, really looking forward to painting this. I can't wait to start this painting, and I can't wait to see how it will turn out. This is also my first time taking you through a whole underpainting process. I'm kind of nervous because this is like my 5th or 6th painting I'm doing in this technique, and I don't know, like I don't really feel like I've completely mastered it already, but at the same time this is my art journey. I'm just learning as I go and I'm taking you along. So if it's not perfect, then that's what it is, and I can learn from it and do better next time. So it's a win-win situation either way. If it goes right, then nice, and if it goes wrong, then okay, I've learned something for next time. So I can only win in this situation. Before I start with the sketch, I read something on Twitter the other day, and yes, I'm still using Twitter, and yes, I'm still calling it Twitter. It is a sinking ship and I'm going down with it. Anyway, I read something on Twitter that sparked this huge conversation in my head, and I just want to share it with you because it's something I never thought about before. So basically, do caterpillars know they're going to become butterflies? Do butterflies know they used to be caterpillars before? Because I googled it And apparently, caterpillars don't know that they're going to become butterflies. So my question is, do they just randomly start building a cocoon one day without knowing what's going to happen to them just because it feels right? And then this sparked another train of thought, because isn't that inspiring? Sometimes we just feel drawn to do something without really knowing why, and then after some time has passed, we realize that everything had to happen exactly like this, and that we intuitively did the right thing to get us to where we were meant to be. Maybe this is a little far-fetched, but I don't know. Nature is magical. Nature for me is proof that magic exists. The seasons, the animals, everything, the cycles of nature are pure magic to me. So yeah, just something to think about, I guess. By the way, I was stressing about whether or not to dress up a little for this video, because if I'm showing myself on the internet, then I might as well look good doing it. But then I decided, no, I'm just not feeling it this week. I feel cozy, so I'm just gonna be authentic instead of forcing myself to change into something else. Because this is how I would look normally, so I'm just not bothering. Embrace authenticity. I transferred my sketch to the paper off camera to save some time, and after doing that and refining the sketch, I started doing the underpainting. I'm using a mixture of raw umber, titanium white, and a little bit of ivory black to start building the values and getting some paint down. Painting like this allows me to work with the contrast of light and dark right from the beginning, which later allows me to focus more on getting the colors right and worry less about shading. As this was my first time painting a dark-skinned person with an underpainting technique, I started painting her face very light at first to be able to play with different shades of brown and orange glazes later on to darken it that way. I was scared of doing it too dark at first and then struggling to light it up again to bring back detail, whereas going darker on a light base is a lot easier most of the time. This painting was a trusted process, but it worked out very nicely in the end. But next time I'm painting a person of color, I'll do the underpainting a little bit darker just to see how that works as well. So this is how much I got done today. I think I painted for around 8 hours, and I'm pretty optimistic that I can finish the underpainting tomorrow. The face always takes the longest because I just spend so much time on all of the little details and to get the proportions right. So I think the rest should take another day, and then I can hopefully present you a finished underpainting tomorrow evening. Yeah, I'm gonna edit some footage now and then go to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep well. It's the next day today, and I actually managed to put on a normal outfit and not sit here in my pajamas, basically. So my plan for today is basically just painting. I want to finish this underpainting today. That would be a dream. I'm just gonna lock in and see that I finish this underpainting. Because before we do the glazing, we have to do an isolation layer and it needs to dry for a day. So I plan to do that tomorrow, but the underpainting needs to be dry for that. And if I finish it today, it will be dry by tomorrow because of my quick drying medium. So it should work out. I have a plan in my head and I hope everything works as I planned. So yeah, we will see. Enough talking, let's get painting, because if I don't finish this today, then all of my plans are nonsense anyway. So let's get painting. I did manage to finish the underpainting that day, amazing, thank you, but I only have some footage of painting a froggy because all of my SD cards were full and I was stressed about completing the painting and didn't want to waste a second, so I finished the rest of the underpainting without you. Sorry! Unfortunately, I woke up the next day having a really bad mental health episode, so I didn't film my face, but I still did the isolation layer to be able to start glazing the next day. At first, I felt bad for not being present on camera, but I reminded myself that taking breaks is okay, that my mental health is my #1 priority, and since I've been dealing with mental health issues and depression for almost 10 years now, I've developed strategies to regulate myself on these bad days and not feel guilty or worthless for not being able to fully show up. Take care of yourself. We got this. Hi friends, it's me again. I didn't show my face on camera yesterday because I had a really bad mental health day and I cried a lot and I just wasn't feeling myself. My eyes are still a little bit puffy from crying yesterday, but I feel a lot better today, especially because a friend is coming over and we're having some quality time and I get to continue painting. My plan for today is to do the first layer of glazing on this underpainting so I can hopefully finish it tomorrow. I can't wait to finally add warm colors to this piece to really make it come to life. I can't wait to work on the frog and on all of the little details, and yeah, this is just gonna be a very, very interesting painting, I hope. And yeah, let's get painting. Finally starting to bring this piece to life. I started with the face, but after a short while I decided to start over again and give the whole painting a golden glaze first. Then I decided to work on the toad first, as it was a little less challenging to do, and it was the best decision because that way I got some sense of progress and it made adjusting the color of the face a lot easier in the long run. That's actually a good tip I have for you. If you're unsure about a certain part of the painting, just work on something else first. Work around it and then try to adjust it to the rest of the painting. This has saved me so many times, and I'm glad I did it with this piece. It's very late, but this is how much I got done today. I basically finished painting the froggy. I guess I will go over it tomorrow with another layer of glaze, but so far it's looking very cool, and I'm very happy because it's glowy and it's so vibrant, and it's exactly how I imagined it to be. And I'm very sorry for not giving you that much painting content today, but all of my SD cards are full and I need to get up early tomorrow to sort that out and hopefully give you more quality content of painting the lady. But yeah, that's how it's looking so far, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi friends, it's the next day, and as you can see by the chaos behind me, it's time to finish an oil painting. I'm so excited. This is always the most exciting part, when you can add all of the finishing touches and bring it to life and just make it me, you know? Just make it look like one of my paintings. Just add the final spice. I even did my makeup today to fit the vibe of the painting. There's gonna be lots of orange and gold and yellow. I'm so excited. And of course I also can't wait to finally put it in this beautiful frame. The reason why this painting was created at all, to create something for this beautiful frame that I got in France. I'm gonna stop talking and start painting because we have lots to do today, and yeah, let's get into it. Something I wish someone had told me at the beginning of my art journey is that you're still an artist even if you're not painting or drawing or writing or whatever your creative passion is at the moment. Not having the time, space or general capacity to do art at the moment doesn't make you less of an artist. If art is your passion and life circumstances such as mental health, school, your job, caring for your family, etc. have made it hard for you to squeeze art into the mix, please remember that you can always pick up that paintbrush or pencil and start creating again, and having periods of rest doesn't take away the fact that you're an artist. I only made 2 little oil paintings last year, which is the least I've ever made since I started taking this medium seriously, but I was just so focused on other projects and I didn't have the mental capacity to do more. Did this make me less of an oil painter? Of course not. I knew that I could return to this passion once life cleared up again, and striving to make art with your hands is always better than using AI to do it for you. So please continue creating, keep that spark alive, and remember that your art will always welcome you with open arms. And remember that being frustrated with your own art is part of the journey. Don't stop, just keep creating.